Hey everybody, this is Mark and this is Dice Monkey, and today I want to talk to you about something. This isn't going to be as well laid out as a lot of my previous videos have been. It's more just sort of off the cuff, rambling a little bit, because today I want to talk to you about Stillmania in the Old World. Now, Nigel Stillman is a game designer. He ended up working on a bunch of stuff. He ended up working on Man of War, multiple editions of Warhammer Fantasy. He did Full Tilt, which is an amazing little sort of mini game for jousting that I love. I picked up the original White Dwarf that had those rules in it, and then they recently re-released those rules for the Old World. So I think I'm going to talk about that sometime in the future. But he is super influential. He also had a very specific style of creating his own armies, and I've kind of got a similar approach. I really ascribed to this back when I first started playing, back in the late 90s, playing, I think, 5th edition Warhammer Fantasy, and then into 40k 3rd edition, things like that. So let's look at what Stillmania is. Stillmania has some core principles. He is known for playing the spirit of the game. So this is his personal opinion on the ultimate spirit of wargaming. You pick your army to just under 2,000 points. You write down the roster and never attend it again. You make sure it fits the background. You collect and paint the army, give it 3 coats of gloss varnish, then never touch it with a paintbrush again. You give every character and regiment a name. Do not even possess extra alternative units, just stick with what you've got. Make a carrying case that fits that army exactly. Fight every battle with the same army and never change anything in it. Fight in big games with just your 2,000 points, and to hell with the odds. Never vary or change your army in any way. Resist all temptation. Model every magic item on the character who carries it, no matter what it is. What you see in the army is what you get. Take this literally. Always give your opponent the benefit of the doubt. Who cares if all your opponents know your army composition by heart? Let the only surprise be your deployment and your tactical moves. Shrug off defeat, learn the lessons, keep on practicing, play for the fun of playing. And when you win, the excellence of your generalship will be beyond doubt. Now, like I said, back in the day I played this style of gaming a lot, specifically with Warhammer 40k 3rd edition. We ended up, as a group of friends, everybody just kind of had what they had. We didn't really have the money to be buying tons of extra units, so I was playing the exact same army every single week that we'd get together, without fail. It didn't really matter what anybody else was bringing. So a lot of these principles still hold true to me, but I've got a few variations on it. For example, I'm not slapping 3 coats of gloss varnish on things. I actually generally don't actually varnish at all, which I really should, but I don't. And a few other things. So here's my approach. 1, keep list building. The Old World list builder I use extensively, and it's mostly just me constantly fiddling around and seeing what I can put into my army in different configurations. So I'm constantly going in and tweaking things, rebuilding armies from scratch. But that's also because I have, 4,000 points of Bretonnians, and so I like continuing to mess around and see what I can make with all that stuff. I also don't pay heed to what army I'm playing against, so I'm not specifically taking flaming weapons if I'm going up against the wood elves. I'm not, making sure that I'm able to punch past the dwarves' armor by taking specific stuff there either. I'm just building whatever army I think looks the most fun, and I also am generally not actually looking at the mechanics of any of the units when I'm building it either. I'm really trying to keep it on theme and just trying to put stuff together, because in my mind, I know this is probably very incorrect, but in my mind, if things have points, then it's pretty well balanced against everything else, so I don't really care. And honestly, I don't really care if I lose. That isn't really a problem at all for me, because every single battle is telling a story. So if my guys end up getting completely walloped, it doesn't really bother me. Now, if I was losing every single game and I was playing super, super consistently and just continually getting destroyed, I might try mixing things up, but I don't play super often. I'm playing maybe once a month. And so it's not really a huge bother to me that if I'm losing on occasion. And I never net build now. When I'm playing a collectible card game or something, I'll probably end up doing some net building. That's where you go and you find lists online and you end up building your list based on that. So, like, conceivably, I could do something like that. I've done it for other games in the past. But with this, I don't really care about optimization at all. So I'm just trying to see what I can build with the stuff I've got. Currently, I've got about 1,000 points of Lizardmen. I've sort of put them on pause. They aren't painted. I've got a couple of models here and there painted, but not like anywhere near a full army. And then I've got 3,000 painted points of Bretonnians and another 1,000 points that are unpainted. I've got about 2,500 points of dwarves. Those are almost entirely painted up. And now I'm working on an Empire army that I'm steadily working on building up. And that should be 2,000 points soon. And it's entirely characters and core units. So now I can start adding in special and rare units to sort of really start fleshing things out. So the spirit of Stillmania is alive in me, even if I'm not following specifically all of his precise things. But Stillmania is a great principle to go by if you would just care about having fun and getting together with your friends and throwing dice, which is what I like. So what do you think? What's your opinion on Stillmania? Do you ascribe to it? Do you think that it's an abomination? I know a lot of people out there don't like it because they think that it's dismissive. But let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I know this episode was kind of a little bit rambly and didn't really go anywhere, but let me know what you think. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.